Sorry about the lighting, guys. I cannot get decent lighting today. Don't know why. One time I'm trying to be cute and wear a dress, and lighting sucks. Also, it's hot. Anyway, hi cuties! So I was tagged by Leora Sophie in her new bucket list tag. For those of you who don't know, hi, I'm Q, also known as Stephanie Gillis, and I am the author of the urban fantasy series known as the Ashport Archives. Currently 3 books are out and the final one is coming end of this year, in theory, if I'm good about my deadline. So Leora created this tag for authors everywhere to express their own hopes and dreams and goals that they want to accomplish in their writing career. Thanks for tagging me, Leora. And let's get started with the question. Now, they're all grouped in certain categories, so the first category is feedback. Which famous author would you love to have read and comment on your work? This is a terrifying question because I have so many authors that I love and hope that they would love my stuff. I am terrified of the feedback that they might give me because even if I like it and I really like their writing, what if they hate me? If I had to pick somebody, it would probably be Francesca Zappia because I just love her writing so much and I want to be her friend. I would also really love for Libba Bray and Lee Bardugo to read them. I have several others I would love, but I think those are my top 3 that I would hope would read and like my work. What is the ultimate compliment someone could give you on your writing? Some of the compliments I would really love is that it was a very visual story and that people could really see what was happening. I sometimes think that I am not so strong in descriptors, and that's just my own lack of vocabulary sometimes and inability to express myself in general. But if they say that it is a very visual book, then I'm very happy. One of the best compliments I think I could get though is that my books are something that they love to reread. Rereadability is a big thing. It's what I know for when I read books. This is how I know it's a 5-star book, if I want to read it again and again. And that would be a huge compliment. What kind of things would you like to receive from your fans? Things like fan art and fan fiction and stuff. All of it, really? Any of it? But the absolute thing that I would love above all else is memes. Memes, memes, memes. Especially one particular meme, which is incorrect quotes. I would love for someone to love my characters so much and then put them with incorrect quotes up on like Tumblr or something. I love reading them about other characters and I would just love to receive that. That is the ultimate goal for me. Once someone has sent me incorrect quotes, I'll know I've made it. Are there any contests, awards, or bestseller lists you want to be on? Yes, all of them. I mean, the obvious answer is the New York Times bestseller list, and hell yes, I'd love a Newbery medal, but I'd really love just to be on any of them. I don't know too many specific ones, but really, to be on any list that's in a good light, I should catch myself there. I would not like to be on like the worst books ever written in history list. That would be unfortunate. Anything like that I would really love. I've never submitted my work to anything before, so maybe that's what I have to do. Publishing. Do you want to publish? Which whip are you most excited for? Well, I'm already published, so there's that. And yes, I want to continue publishing, but I'm really excited for my new whip, Humane Society for Creatures and Cryptids, to be published. It's not there yet. I'm still working on everything. The first draft is done, but there's lots of editing time to do today and the rest of my life. Hey, it's a brand new story and I'm very excited about it. I'm really passionate about it. It's something that I'm really enjoying even rereading. So if I'm giving myself those feels, not to sound like all full of myself, but I think it's good. I hope it's good. I'm really excited to attempt traditional publishing with this book, so we'll see how that goes. Do you want to be traditionally published? Who is your dream publisher? Yes, I would. I have a few publishers. I wrote them down because I had to research some of my own favorite books and which publishers they are because I'd like to be in the same house as them. But Henry Holt & Company, Simon & Schuster, HarperCollins, Green Willow, and Little Brown Books are like my top picks for publishers because these are the ones that published The Diviners and Six of Crows and Eliza and Her Monsters, and then a lot of really famous ones are, well, HarperCollins and Simon & Schuster I think are some of the bigger names out there for publishing houses, but I'd love any of those. Branch out. Which genres have you never written but would like to try? So many. I'd really love to try sci-fi. It's very intimidating. That is a very intimidating genre, but I would love to try it. I'd also love to try contemporary. I have some contemporary ideas, but I don't know. Also historical fiction, especially Japanese historical fiction. I would like to do that. Historical fantasy, I think, is more what I'm leaning towards, but especially with Japanese culture, because hi, it's me. If you dig deep in my channel, you'll see all the videos of when I lived in Japan. So if you're new, hi, I lived in Japan for a really long time. Do you want to write full time? Yes, 1,000 times yes. Would you want to co-author with someone? If yes, who? Yes. I think I dropped my questions. Everything's fine, I'm just dropping my stuff. All of my writer friends, I would love to collaborate with them on. The thing about it is, who do I think would mesh well with my own writing? And I do a lot of beta reading and alpha reading for a lot of my AuthorTube friends, and of them, I think that I would mesh the best with Leora and with Very Bad Books. Aside from them already just being good friends to me, I think that our styles could match up pretty well and mesh in a really interesting way. Adaptations. Would you like your work adapted for audio, screen, etc.? I mean, yes. yes to all these answers. Specifically, I think Ashport would make a good TV show. I write it in a way that it has scene connectors like you would see in a TV show. So I think every like 2 chapters could be an episode of a TV show. That's how I view it, at least. For my new whip, which I call HISFACAC for short, instead of saying Humane Society for Creatures and Cryptids, HISFACAC. Sounds like a weird disease. Hi, I have HISFACAC, and that's okay. Anyway, I think HISFACAC would either be a good movie, but because it's so big, I also think like a mini series would be fun, or like a Netflix original series. I think that would work. I kind of miss the days where we had things called mega series, which like the 10th Kingdom and the, what is it, the Magical Legend of the Leprechauns and stuff. Very 90s things, but I loved those so much that I think HISFACAC could be one of those. It's written in 3 parts, so I think you could have like 3 solid long episodes, and that would work. Which language would you like your work translated into? Nihongo onegaishimasu! Japanese! Definitely Japanese, especially because Ashport does have a bunch of scenes in Japan with Japanese characters. I definitely think I would love for the first language it to be translated into to be Japanese. Of course, I would love it to be accessible for a multitude of other people in other languages, but number 1 is Japanese. For HISFACAC, Greek, because the characters are Greek. Fame and fortune. Do you want to be famous? How famous? Anyone doing this tag that says no to this question is lying. We're YouTubers. Of course we want to be famous. The question is about the degree. I definitely don't want to be superstar crazy famous. I don't think I'd want to be like J.K. Rowling famous. That's dangerous territory there. But I do think I'd like to be, at least if I have events, I'd like people to show up to them and be excited to talk about my books and have a good rapport with the audience and Q&As and stuff like that. I think having some form of notoriety, maybe not like my face be really famous, but my name to be famous as a good author. That'd be nice. Question 14. Where and on what platform would you like to be interviewed for your work? I love conventions already. I go to conventions and I've been on a few panels now, and it's just such a fun experience that I love conventions. It would just be so fun to go to bigger ones and have a bigger audience for those. I definitely would love a book tour. If I got interviewed on some podcasts or TV shows, that'd be really cool. All of it would be really cool. Just anyone wanting to ask me questions about my own work is crazy and really awesome. Hit me up if you're one of those like podcasters or anything that wants to interview me about my books. I'm totally in. What is a writing or book related event that you would like to participate in as an author? BookCon! And I say that aside from it being BookCon, I was supposed to go this year, but because of COVID, they canceled it, and it's gonna be rescheduled for next year. So next year, hopefully I'll be at BookCon. We'll see. I mean, BookCon has been the dream for a while now, so obviously bigger ones too, but I don't know anything bigger than BookCon, so link them below if you know more. Effect. What kind of effect would you like your writing to have on readers or the world? I'm not gonna go out there and be like, my work is life-changing. It's not like a political piece or anything like that that's going to change the minds of a million people. But what I would like is just that my book brings joy to people in dark times. I just want my books to bring happiness to someone. It doesn't have to be a lot of people, just for anyone to read my books and it makes them happy to read those books. That's what I would like. There's so many different ways books can mean different things, and all I really want is for people to find joy in reading the ones that I write. Sure, there are deeper themes and stuff in my book, but as long as they were entertained, I'm happy with that. Do you want your work taught in classrooms? I don't think my books are worthy of really classrooms, at least not in public schools where they're like analyzing the classics and stuff like that. I don't think my books are on that level. If it was gonna be in any classroom, I would say maybe a creative writing classroom. That would be fun because I do have different styles and maybe an exploration of how my arcs and work and stuff and character building. I think that would be cool. Not in the sense of how people are, you know, made to read Lord of the Flies and Catcher in the Rye and Animal Farm and stuff. I don't think I'm that level. What are some of your goals for your author platforms? 1 million subscribers. I'm sorry, did that date me? That dated me quite a bit. I mostly use YouTube for a lot of stuff. I use Tumblr a lot, so I don't know. A lot of people watching would be cool. AuthorTube and BookTube is such a small niche of YouTube that getting anywhere above like 10,000 subscribers would be pretty cool. And same with Tumblr, like just getting, I don't know, 1,000 followers would be cool. I'm like halfway there, I think. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to it. Dreams and milestones. Leora, this freaking question, girl. What are 10 things you hope to accomplish in your writing career? This took so long to think of. Get an agent and a publisher. Finish and publish all the whips that I'm currently working on. Be invited as a guest speaker or guest of honor at a convention. Get on the New York Times bestseller list. We already knew that one. Meet and befriend my favorite authors so that, you know, I could go around and I would, you know, talk with some fans and stuff, and then I'd be like, oh yeah, I was just hanging out with my friend Leora, and they would stop and be like, oh my god, you're friends with the author of Witches and Demons? And I'd be like, yeah, nothing. You know, we're pen pals and whatever. Get sent crack videos, TikTok, and Vine compilations per my, like, characters. Have Ashport in hardcover with embossing and foil covers and embossing on the inside. Collaborate with other people for writing. Oddly enough, I'd like to create my own publishing house someday. I don't know how feasible that is, but yeah. And lastly, I would like to be bid on. Not like me as a person. I mean, some books are put up for auction. Like Harry Potter actually was an auction book and was bid on, and then that publisher won it. So I would really like if my books were bid on. That'd be kind of cool. I'd like publishing houses to fight over my books. What is the most inconceivable dream you would like to see happen with your writing? I think the most inconceivable dream is for a publishing house or agent or somebody reaching out to me for Ashport. That would be insane. Are there any milestones you've already hit in your writing career? Well, I've already been on some panels and I've already published 3 books, so there you go. And that is the end of the bucket list tag. My battery is running out of juice, so really quickly I'm going to tag, I don't know if Leora's already tagged these people, but Very Bad Books, A.L. Williams, and Kelly Damon. I'm gonna tag you guys in this one. Cool! If you guys like the content that I'm putting out there, go check out my Ko-fi page and you can support me as a content creator. And if you have any further questions or comments, leave them down below or on Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter, and I'll see you next time, cuties. Bye! Whew! I made it for the battery.